Guys, how are you? Hopefully you are well. Wow, that was kind of a weird pop in with my head. But anyway, happy Sunday. I hope things are going well wherever you happen to be. Hello, Lala. Hello, Pam. Hello, anyone I haven't chatted with yet. I hope everybody is doing great today. Oh, hello, Dee. How are you? I did drop a message in the top of this chat. Dee is going live after my stream, I think 7 o'clock my time. And I know Shanna's often live at like 8, 7:30. I don't know. Anyway, she hasn't been live in a while just because she sort of has been doing other things, had life stuff happening. So if you are so inclined, feel free to pop over to her channel after this. I don't think I have anything too crazy to report. I had a pretty chill week and I got to play with some new stuff. So, by new, I mean it is coming from my stash. The cat is here and says hello. This is Lennox's birthday month. We don't know exactly how old he is because he was discovered as a kitten and then adopted out essentially. We think he lost his mother at like a super early age. So they think he was bottle fed because he was only like 2 months old when he got taken into a shelter. Anyway, kind of a sad story, but he's lived here for the last 12 and a half years. So anyway, it is his birthday month, though. Happy birthday, Lennox. And let's pop down because we got some happy mail and this and that, and hopefully our little friend here will stay off camera and chill. Maybe not. Yeah, no, he's gonna be in the camera. Can you scoot my bean? Ah, don't give all the people dizziness. Oh, well, goodness. Well, we had our cat sighting already, I guess. Ah, he jumped on some uh stamp packaging that was next to me and then slid a little bit because it's awfully slippery stuff. Anyway, let me see if I missed anything. Not much. Everybody is saying hello to each other, and it is good to see you all. I was playing around with horizontal streams and playing around with this card kit. We'll get more into it later because may have play around with the two cards I didn't make on stream, but the short version of that kit is that it's a lot like the Club Scrap one insofar as um you're doing your own paper cutting from 12 by 12. So if you like paper cutting and find it relaxing, it's great. If not, that is may or may not be the best option for you. I found it pretty cool. I always like it, and there's some you'll see the cards in a second. I also was playing around with some double layer stamping and kind of overstamped a turtle, but I think I'll still use him. As you can see, this is what happens when you don't get your base layer light enough, and then he just sort of looks like I watercolored the turtle. I could actually just add water and more watercolor the turtle and have it look like I intended it, but anywho, let me see if I'm missing anything. Yes. Well, Lennox always thinks it's about him. It doesn't matter if it's his birthday. Like if you ask Lennox, every day should be like Lennox Day. But let's get into a couple pieces of happy mail. This is from my friend Peggy. I believe this is a swap because it very much feels like an APC. Um, if it is butterflies, it is Danny's swap. Oh, and we have a fabulous watercolor panel. I love this little burst of blue. That's really interesting. I guess it's around the edge here too. Looks like watercolor might be ink smushing, might be distress oxide blending. Who knows? There's a lot of these techniques that have a similar effect. I don't think it doesn't look particularly layered. I'll bring it up to camera a little bit. Kind of neat the way the since the purple and the like the red and the blue are kind of almost complements of each other. Um, because red and green would be sort of your true complements here. But you see a lot of neutraling out, which is kind of neat. So if you like use this part of the panel, you could get some very subtle looks. Or as they say in the watercolor biz, they would say that it was more natural looking. Someone else who has a fancy dancy die of some sort or knows how to cut these little AC envelopes. Perhaps for my next swap, I should figure out how that works. And we'll see if I can get this one out. It is, ooh, I think this is the butterfly one. It says sending hugs. I don't know. Oh, there you can see how sparkly it is. It is a very sparkly one in real life. So the butterfly looks to be like iridescent glitter. Oh, that's actually reading on camera pretty well. And then the rest of this must be foiled in some way. It's weird because it's almost like there's like a resist here of some sort, and then the foiling. I guess that's just how the foiling works. Like if this was like toner foil, like reverse toner foiling or something, so that you have just a lot of coverage. I don't know. Let me check the chat. Someone probably knows exactly what this is. Oh, hey, Beck. How are you? Oh, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's a good idea, Pam. I could just use a white gel pen. Um, I guess I'll be spoiled alertastic and say uh, the actual good card is in here. But I'll show it to you just cause. So this is the real card that I'm gonna do on a Tuesday video. But I did the thing where you don't actually measure your like you adhere your spanner piece but when the card is this way and not folded, and then you have this thing where this is just a little bubbly. So it just lives in my turtle box now. I'm probably gonna just give this to someone as like a presentation, and then it'll seem like I intended it. This box I made out of photoplay paper, so it's fairly lightweight, so I don't really want to just ship it as is. So it means I probably have to ship it in a like I'll probably have to ship it in a postal service box. So I'm waiting until I have someone I'm sending something to in a postal box because like they're fracking expensive now. Anyway, detour aside, beautiful ATC, really like this. It's really cool how you have the not sparkly flowers that has a neat contrast with the sparkly ones. Anyway, fantastic ATC. I don't know if I've ever had like a non-fantastic ATC. I kind of like them all. Hello, Cordelia. Welcome. My Crafty Adventures. Welcome. I believe you had mentioned that you came over from T's channel. So thank you, T, for mentioning that I have a channel. And we have a another one that is very well taped. So let me grab my scissors, and we will hope very diligently that I don't cut anything important. I'm going to just try and just take the edge off the envelope and then hopefully not cut into anything. I didn't cut into anything. Fabulous. It's nice when things work out. So we have another ATC. This one is Kindness Matters. What a great sentiment. May 2024. I believe this is was from T's Swap. And what do we have? We have a fabulous background. A technique I haven't ever tried, but I like it every time I see it. So I guess I can leave this in here for protection. But is this like this non-colored stamping over an ink blend? Very cute. Kindness Matters, a really nice single layer ATC. I like these a lot, this style of ATC, just because it's so easy to ship. Sorry, I'm not on camera. In real life, the blend is a little darker than you're seeing it on your screen, but it's very pretty. I really like the imagery is great. It's a like these flowers are just very elegant, which is my new word. I need to remember to use the word elegant. Elegant is the word we use for flowers like that. Anyway, everyone is saying hello to each other. Hello, Karen. Welcome to you. Missouri Lake. Oh, the Ozarks are beautiful. I have not been there in many years, but I remember going there when we were a kid. Well, when I was a kid and my parents were not a kid. And you guys are chatting, and that is fabulous. So we have two mystery packages. I mean, I know who they're from, but they're mysterious things. One is from my friend Elizabeth, who I don't think I've seen today, but you can always catch Elizabeth because she has a very consistent live schedule, not unlike me. She is live every Monday and every Wednesday, and I almost cut into a card and didn't, so that's fabulous. Um, Sorry, at 6 p.m. Central. There is a lot of something in here. I'm not sure what the a lot of something is. I see black. Ooh, I do see a black thing. I have no idea what all this is, but it's a lot of something. And we like our somethings. Maybe there's a card to explain it, but I think some of this might be, ooh, look at this. It's a little mini stencil with paws. Look at paws. How cute are those? I mean, that would be really cute, like, I'll steal this envelope. Like to just use as like an envelope decoration too, to just like over stencil it with something, like maybe ink or something that wouldn't fall off. What a cute thing. Oh, that is lovely. And this is, oh, I use this stencil. This is, I should see if I can find the card quick, but Simon Hurley birthday candles. It's really cool because the flames in the candles are different stencil layers essentially, but you can get really nice blends. So it looks like definitely lunar paste because it's Elizabeth, and I know that she loves her lunar paste, and it is shimmery. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Wow, the gang is all here tonight. Welcome, welcome. It is possum. I don't know. I don't know what I did to deserve so many fun things to play with. I hope there's an explanation. And then here's another background. This one also looks like lunar paste. Wow. Like, just think, this is almost just like, I don't know. Backgrounds like this, it's like you just put a big dyke sentiment on it, and it is fabulous. It is. We have a happy dog, also on Lunar Pace, on a wobbler. I know that Pam and both Pam and Lala are very big fans. So of the wobbler. I think it's cute. This is from Hot Diggity Dog, which is also Simon Hurley. This might say this says, I hope you are having a fun, crafty day, which doesn't explain all the fabulousness, but we will move along. I think these are napkins. So this was from she did an episode where she was I believe ironing the napkins to basically apply them. You can of course also use any kind of acrylic paste. I've used, if I can find it, where is it living? We don't know. My go-to is this stuff, which is I forget whose brand this is. It's Bargain Basement acrylic matte or acrylic medium, which is essentially acrylic paint that doesn't have any colorants in it. I have a lot of it. I have a lot of Liquitex because it was my go-to when I was doing a lot of acrylic painting. Anyway, so you can if you remember a bajillion years ago. Oh, I'm just catching up on chat. Sorry about that. So a bajillion years ago, I actually did some napkin techniques on what was it? It was one about Lynn's lives about witches, I believe. It was not about witches, but it was a Halloween one. This one is really cool. I love how watercolory these popsicles look. I realize that we're spending like 10 minutes talking about napkins. This one's really neat too. So the other thing is like you can find really good art on napkins at Target and Dollar Tree and places like that. So very cool. I am sure we will. Not so subtle foreshadowing. There are plans for Christmas in July. They might involve Elizabeth. They might involve their people. Let's see. Distressed black heavy stock. Okay, I've been wanting to see this. And do I have black something else? No, that's navy. So allegedly, this is the blackest black, except for the short sample one that you can spend a lot of money on. But it's very matte. It's not shiny at all. So I mean, I think that what do we have that is black? We have that's not black. Versifying Claire is black. I'm not going to ink it, but like, oh, we can't see that. So these lids on the lunar paste are black. So they are like as black as that. So very cool. Nice weight to it. It's got a really neat finish too. I think it's kind of spendy. I don't know. Pam probably knows for sure, but What do you do with napkins? Basically, you can use them. You can take so with the napkins, what you can do is depending on how many layers they have. If you go to Dollar Tree, it doesn't matter because they're super cheap. These are single layer napkins. So basically, what you do is let's pretend this is a card base. Like you'd basically figure out where you want your napkin, and then you'd use an acrylic collage medium kind of thing over the whole thing, and that would adhere. The napkin would then get effectively glued to the paper. There are other things you can use. I'm spacing on what, but I think you can use embossing powders and do a similar thing and like iron it essentially. There are some a bunch of technique like that where you can basically turn them into more of a almost a 3D element. So that's generally what people do. You can just essentially glue them down too and have them remain more, I don't know, in their like napkinier form. But I don't know. Pam probably knows. I'm sure that Pam. I haven't seen Delise or Stamper Girl tonight, but Delise probably knows about all sorts of techniques you can do with them. Anyway, I've been wanting to like actually see this in real life because um, it's not super expensive, but it's expensive enough where I've been like, I don't know if I need to buy more black cardstock. Oh my goodness, so many things. I see more stencils. Oh my goodness. Stickers with cats. I don't know where these are from, but I am loving the cat donuts and the cat popsicles. Uh, anyone who's new, I like cats. It comes up occasionally. Very neat. Cool stickers. I would feel like stickers are such an underutilized card element, unfortunately. Um, and then we have stencils of cats. It says meow. I think I'll get use out of this. These are really cool. Something like this is really nice too, because you could just use it. Sorry, you probably can't see that. Like just a cat lying down, like you could use that with inks or anything else. It's a nice stamp alternative to stamps. So I don't know where these are from, but they are fabulous. These are actually scored so that you can actually you could break these into individual things. This says perfect. All you need is love and a cat and cool cats. Which actually reminds me, like I have stencil material from that I picked up from somewhere. Where did I pick? Oh, it's for the it's the brother machine stuff for the scan and cut machine. But what was I doing? I was doing a project with somebody. Hello, Maritza. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. Like the anthropomorphic donuts that are like cats and people, like they don't really make me hungry. They just seem. ACR, are you here? Hello, hello. We were just looking at all the magical stuff you sent me. Why did you send me so much fabulous stuff? I don't remember winning anything or anything, but I don't know. Who knows? It might have been a while ago. I just. So here's how behind I am. I just mailed my friend Kendra graduation cards I made like a month ago. Anyway, and this is also looks like lunar paste. So the light green and the purple look to be not metallic, but the darker green is metallic. These are probably Simon Hurley colors, although you don't recognize the stencil. But thank you. I appreciate it. So much fun stuff. Very unexpected, which is always neat. I love the dog card. We'll just look at the dog card again. Ah, I love that the dog is just like bouncy. Very cool. Let me just see if you. Oh, hey, Gloria. How are you? Oh, Stamper Girl is here. Oh, hooray. We were going to ask you some question. Oh, the question was, how many techniques do you know that you can do with napkins? Because I remember you did something that involved like ironing napkins and like using something that wasn't an acrylic medium to basically transfer them onto adhere them to paper. I thought it was like embossing powder. I don't know. So many things. So that was mystery package number one. And mystery package number two is from my friend Kendra. But I won't dox us both. But the interesting thing is, Kendra usually uses address labels. And this one was hand labeled. So I'm very curious. I am, as always, hopeful it's more card kits because we love playing with those. And I'm going to carefully, it's something. There definitely is something. Let me try to, the people are, they tried to sort of maintain the envelope. That didn't work very well. They're card kits, hooray. Let's see what we have. We have adorable cats and more cats. Oh, that is cute. You are perfect. That is going in that's and then we have Stamp Amy things. Something as a thank you, a mystery card kit. I bet these are Stamp Amy Annie things. Anyone have guesses to what they are? I have no idea. This feels like a die. Well, let's remember the die. I don't know. So they have a lot of dudes, and I own a lot of it, and I bought like a lot of them when they had their sale. But we will see what we have. It may or may not be a dude. They have non dudes as well. But they do a lot of really cool stuff. The coolest thing they did this really cool like '80s bundle. But let's see what we have. We have a something with mushrooms. I bet it's a gnome. I bet this is a gnome. Jerome the gnome. Okay, that. Ah, he has a little. Look, Elise. He has a little mushroom. How cute is that? Ah, that is awesome. I'll have to send her a thank you note. Very seasonally appropriate for Christmas in July, I might add. But that's the stuff that came in the mail. But tonight, these are the two cards that I wound up making on my live on Saturday, and I really liked how they came out. So I thought we would do the other two cards that come in this particular kit. And the most interesting thing were these, which I've never seen anything like them before. It's like thin balsa wood that's adhered to paper, so they basically are like gluable embellishments, but I had never seen wood ones before. And they're laser cut, obviously. Um, and this is from a now lost to time card kit because so many of mine are called Go Everywhere. Let's go everywhere, anywhere. I keep saying everywhere, and it's really let's go anywhere. Anyway, these were the two cards we made. So we're going to start working on these guys. The good news for all of you is all the paper is cut, but we still have to organize it all. And I do have all of the die cuts are put together. So anyway, so we're gonna work on that, but they are luckily you missed the 4 hours of paper cutting. It wasn't quite that bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Cordelia. You're totally right. So, like, I've seen Michaels and Hobby Lobby have the laser cut stuff, right? But those are a little thick to put on a card. Like, they're still very thin, but they're really more geared to like a 3D project in my mind. Anyway, let us let us jump into card number three. And one of these is a slim line, and I never make slim lines, so this will be pretty cool. And this one will be really easy because I already did all the stamping. Um, but we still have to figure out. So this one's done. So we basically need to make sure we have the other pieces. And I really like their instructions. I mean, it doesn't really matter since they're out of business now, but they did a really nice job sort of laying everything out. So, let us dive in. I have envelopes that we don't need, but I save the envelopes because what I generally do, move this out of the way for now, is I will just lay out my four cards and then sort everything. And we have a bunch of pieces. Some of these may or may not be related because I had a somewhat, a bit of an oopsie organizing thing. So I think that's all the pieces. So we have a little piece. We have a green piece. We have a green piece. We have red pieces that we will need to bannerize. Oops, green piece, green piece. Kind of like the collab scrap. These are very layer happy. If that's, oh, looks like we have an extra piece. We have an extra piece. Why do we have an extra piece? It was probably leftover, and then I didn't do anything with it. Do. Okay. These are the main pieces. Well, then like the main base, and then we have one, two. We have more pieces than it seems like we need, so it'll be interesting to look at this in a little more detail and see if I put pieces that are supposed to be in other cards here. So we have two of those, and then this just looks like a bonus. So, are we supposed to? Is the question at hand. We have this piece. We have the card base. I don't think these are supposed to use any of the pattern paper. Oh, so we are supposed to stamp the green piece. We have these two extras. I don't think these are supposed to be in here. Let's just check against the other card. Some of us who didn't know how to read instructions had moments of not reading instructions very well. Uh, for C, yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like. Oh, okay. So the little ones I don't think are here, but these are used on their other side, so I think I don't need the little ones. Anyway, so I think these we probably go into the other card. Okay. I'm just going to put those into numero 4, at least until we find out that's wrong. They could be extras too. This kit came with a lot of extra paper, which is nice. And let me just. Were they, Lala? So I'm curious. Like, are these still available in your area? Because I've never seen them. I really like it as an idea. I mean, it's entirely possible that it's like a thing that came into style in the 1900s at some point before I was crafting, and I just have never heard of it as a result of that. So what I generally do is I stack all the cards and sort all the pieces, and then I leave the one out I'm going to work on, which is over to my left. And I'm going to grab 3 envelopes and put these in the envelopes, and then they'll be basically ready to go. Except I will there are embellishments that go on this card, so I will add one of those to each of these envelopes, and then basically these envelopes then serve as like a mini card kit. and I can either use them or swap them, or generally what I do is I just kind of keep them in reserve for when I want to kind of make it works kind of like an emergency card for me, just because like sometimes I want to make a card, but it's like, a Tuesday and I don't really feel like being creative after. Well, that's not true. I like being creative. I don't feel like thinking through logistics of things after a work day. Anyway, tell us all about the cool products. Dawn is organizing. Oh, Pam, I'm sorry for your loss. That's very sad. I hope you guys can get together and do something. It's always sad when that happens. Hopefully, you're doing better, Jim. I know you were dealing with a bout of medical drama as well. That is really sad. I don't know. I feel very blessed that so many of my family members are still around and, functional. Some of these came out a little jankier than others. And we do get to stamp something, I believe. Let's say it's time to celebrate you. Which one do I like? I like that one best, I think. So I'll put these away. The other cool thing is, like, these are stamps and dies, so you could make as many as you want. I really like the compass thing as sort of a idea. So I'm going to take these three and put them over there in my box of, oh, the camera's being great. Alrighty. I just hope you're able to get together and do something, to sort of remember folks. Let's see. We have most of what we need. We have a card. That is good. Um, and the suggestion is to distress this. But if I don't think I'll do that on this one because if I lightly distress it, basically the idea behind the technique is you missed it and then crumple it a bit, and then you kind of get more of a distressed look, which I think is a neat look. But I may try that with one of the other cards because I don't really want to wait for cardstock to dry. That's the only downside. So we are going to we're going to stamp on this randomly and then tear it with the compass doodad. That's not an appropriate word, but you know what I mean. They it looks like tone on tone, so let me see if I can find something in a green. Oh, thanks, Pam. I think it should be back working. It just had a momentary brain issue, as we all do. Do I have a green? Maybe Uptown. Uptown would be, which isn't a green, but that olive color would be not bad. Are you open? Yeah. Matcha, I think, or martini, I think would be good because it's kind of an olivey green. And I stamped on. Oh goodness, I stamped. It helps when you don't stamp on the side of the block that doesn't have a stamp. There we go. Well, that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna sort of randomly stamp. Well, perhaps not so randomly, but more randomly than if I were trying to do a pattern, I guess. do one kind of a little off. That didn't really work. There we go. Do a couple more, like off to the side, I think. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Oh, hey Shanna, how are you? Are you going live tonight as well? I had mentioned to folks that you are often live at 8:30 your time, 7:30 my time. Lodi, I think, is planning to go live as well, so there we'll have all of that available, I think. And then I'm gonna see if oh, that's where my fancy punch went. But where's my ruler? Is that my ruler? Oh, no, you're here, ruler. Oops. Oh, let's be intelligent and close our rank. There we are. Oh, here's my ruler. So I want to rip one side of this. They do seem to like ripping their paper a lot, which is sad because I really like it. But anyway, I am going to attempt to be distressy-ish. And since I want this side, I'm ripping up so that we get a lot of white. There we go. That works pretty well. That looks very paper well traveled. Oh, you're right. It would. Because I mean, this whole stamp set has a lot of travel stuff. But you're right. It would make a good snowflake because it would be. I mean, it's a and there's actually a die that cuts out these compass rose things, and this would work really well as a like an 8-pointed snowflake. Like, imagine if you cut that out of like I don't know, your favorite sparkly cardstock. So I think the way this goes down is this guy kind of goes in the middle, and then we have our distressy bit goes kind of like this, and then we have the oh, and then we rip this one so that this sort of that's better, and then that kind of sort of mirrors this rip. Oh, I wasn't supposed to rip this one. This is the one I was supposed to rip. Well, let's fix that. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's going to get covered up, but um, you know, there we go. So now this mat's a little bit better that it's ripped. So you have sort of this ripped edge. I don't mind that this is a ripped edge. I kind of want to turn this around, I think, because I sort of like the ripped edge. So what we could do is have it kind of like this, and then sort of offset that maybe with the ripped edge on the other side. And then basically this piece goes in the center. So I kind of like that. I may ink edge this. I feel like this would benefit from a little bit of distressing. Um, and then I need to cut a banner if I can find some scissors. Oh, I found my fancy scissors. Um, so basically we just make a little fishtail, dovetail, whatever tail banner you want to call it. A tail of your choice, I suppose. So there's that one, and then we just do it on the other side. If I'm really good, this will like match. If I'm not really good, it will not match. Yeah, this did not match, but there we go. That looks a little wonky, so I'm going to just cut in again and see if we can't fix that a little bit. Ah, there we go. There we are. Okay. A little unwonky. Yeah, that'll look fine. But I would like to distress this a little bit, I think. Well, not really distress, but go in and grab some of the ink that's sitting right here and make this a little more brown around the edges. See if I'm missing any comments from y'all. Oh, no worries. Maria, welcome, welcome. I got it from Amazon as a 2-pack. It was very inexpensive. It was maybe, and I just dropped my ink brush on the ground, but it was maybe $5. It was like really inexpensive. Um, and the line in the middle, apparently, according to smarter people than me, is so if you want to cut with an X-Acto, you can cut, or a craft knife, I guess I should say. Like you can sort of line this up on your board, right? And then you can just cut down the center channel and get a equal thing. It's sort of a funny story. So I had signed up, or I should say, friend of the channel and most everybody, Amanda from Pear Blossom Press had been doing a craft retreat, the Bellicon. The first year they went virtual. Let me actually start ink edging so we're not here 500 years. But the first year that was a thing, I might need darker ink. Um, it's there. It's just not super vibrant. Let me grab a slightly darker ink. Maybe the over coffee would work better. Ooh, or the terracotta. I think I have a terracotta. I think I have some terracotta somewhere. Hmm. There might be there might be an ink under the cat. Nope, that is not where that ink is. Must be in here. Let's see. Oh, here's terracotta. Terracotta would be fantastic. But it is a red brown. Anyway, so Amanda Stevens was working at, or I should say, presenting at Bellicon. Oh, that's real much better. I like that. And and basically for that convention, all the presenters were in the same house, but it was, I don't know, some at some point during the pandemic. So like the all the participants were virtual, but all the presenters were together, and everybody was just very, very excited over the fact that there was deckle-edge toilet paper. So as a result of that, of course, I didn't know what deckle edging was because it wasn't a thing I had ever come into contact with. But as a result of that, I wound up getting a ripping ruler that was deckle edged because I thought it would be fun for our crafty projects. You can see if I can get rid of my excess ink there. Let's put this here for a second while that dries, and I think we can just map out this card and be good to go. So this goes down first and is basically centered. Then comes this piece. I think I'm going to flip it so that we see the stressed part. And then this goes in the middle, basically. And then this it becomes our focal point. And I think I may bump this up and then then you put the sentiment on it. Actually, the sentiment is off to the side a little bit, so it's a little bit like probably a little lower, but kind of like this, essentially. So that's what we're gonna do. Only imagine that only things are lined up better. But that's a long way of saying it was an Amazon purchase and it was very affordable. And the original intent of this layer is that this is the one that you would sort of crumple up. I know Gaz and other people have done sort of tutorials on how to do that. I may do it with one of the other ones when I'm not trying to do it live, just because I think the idea is pretty fun. And because this is sort of a, I don't know, a more distressed card, you probably like this is probably not a card that needs to be like the most. If it looks a little wonky, it's probably fine. If it does, if things are aligned, that's always nice too. But you know, sometimes that happens. Other times it doesn't. I think I'm gonna set this in just because this border is white. That is something I would mention about these kits, if it matters to you, is the card bases are a little on the lighter side. So if you like a like super firm card base, you could always make your own or make a colored card base. Or that's what I've seen a lot of folks do um, with a number of kits is like if they like the idea of sort of a beefier card base, they'll just do one out of a coordinating color. And I think, oh, this is gonna look really neat. I like this. I like this idea. But I might want this little. Yeah, I kind of like that where I had it initially. I'll just be contrary and use glue on this layer. Oh, someone is explaining about these card kits. Let me pay attention. Uh, oh, a tearing ruler is just a ruler that has a wonky edge and the idea is that with paper like this, right, where you want the white core to show, um, I'll use this for the sake of argument. Rather than just freehand tearing, if you tear against the ruler will ensure that your edge is relatively straight. So that's the point of the whole thing. And this one has like this rougher edge and then this deckled edge that's a lot smoother. So I probably have copy paper somewhere. Do I have something I can tear that I'm not going to be sad about? Oh, here's some copy paper. Where are you? Okay, so here's some copy paper. So if I was just gonna like tear this, like if I want to tear an even strip off, like I'm not gonna get all that even, right? So that was my first tear. And then if I use the ruler instead, what I'm gonna do is actually press down on the ruler. So like with the ruler, see with the ruler you can get a much more uniform tear if that's what you're going for. If you want it to look like wild and crazy, just do it without a ruler. Turn to the other side. Oh, thanks for explaining, Elizabeth. Yeah, I mean, if the Piper is white core, you get more of a look, right? Like you can really see it on this pattern paper that I stamped. Like you can tell that it's torn. If the core was green, it would have been a lot harder to understand that like tearing happened. Now, do we have feelings on? Do we like the tearing on the one side, or I originally thought it would be balanced, but I kind of like it more if it's. I think I like it better if it's like all on the one side and then do we like this darker? Oh, the darker is nice. maybe. Yeah, I kind of like it like this. I think that looks pretty cool with the, except the tearing is on the wrong side now. But like, I think with the tearing on one side kind of looks cool. It makes the whole thing look sort of distressed and neat. And I'm not really a distressed thing person. I'm doing a bad job of explaining that. Just like I'm doing a bad job of explaining that like orange isn't my favorite color outside of fall, but I just did like four cards in a row that were all mostly orange. But I don't know. Tearing rulers definitely go into the category of craft things that nobody actually needs them, but like if it's a thing you might use relatively frequently, like if you are a distressed thing person, you might like it. Anyway, we could embellish this. I think the suggestion is to embellish with a couple stars, I think. Yeah, to put two stars at the top to kind of balance out the pocket watch thingy. So I will punch, let's see if we like that. Idea being you'd kind of put something here and then one here. Yeah, I like that. That's makes sense to me. Let's do that. Although now I want to like search out this veneer stuff because like I'm curious if like a electric cutting machine could actually cut it because that would be kind of cool if it could. I used a lot of glue on that, but that's all right. Let's do that. Glue should dry pretty matte. Um, but I think this is our third card of this kit put together. I do like the tone on tone stamping. Sorry. Uh, I like the tone on tone stamping a lot. My clock hands didn't stamp out all that great. I don't like that the clock hands aren't connected. So I might have to go in with like I may go in with some kind of marker and sort of connect the clock hands because to sort of make them all together. But in any event, um, the other thing about this kit is the kit doesn't decorate the insides, which is totally cool with me. But comparing to other kits, some of them do and some of them don't. Oh, good. Everybody agrees with me. Thank you, Stamper Girl. But we like our friends who understand distressing. So since I think people want to go live soon, let's see if we can maybe speed run this last card. We'll see. We might not. There are lots of pieces. We will at least organize it. And if you let me know if you really want to go live at 8, I am happy to cut this at that point. Um, so we have four pieces that are the same. We have another four pieces that are the same. We have these mystery little pieces. We have some sentiment areas and some blue. Here are our envelopes. Here are our card bases. Oops. Let's see which of these pieces we are supposed to have, and then we can at least get these sorted. Kind of, sort of, maybe. And so these are the background. These are I think the sentiment piece is too big, but these are the backgrounds basically. This is a horizontal piece, and then these are the backgrounds. And these little pieces are also a horizontal piece. So the way the cards lay out basically is red and then the pattern paper as sort of the base. Then then this becomes a sentiment piece, except I probably were going to cut down. Yeah, I'm gonna need to probably cut half an inch off of that, but that's basically how the card goes down. And then you bling it out with a bunch of other stuff. Oh, my crafty adventure. If you scroll all the way up to the top, there should be a note from me. It's the channel name is D Deanne Horsing Around with Crafts. But I know she wanted to go live at 8 o'clock, so I will probably cut this in 4 minutes, but I will definitely keep you guys posted on these cards. I tend to post to my friend Lynn's Facebook group, which is Friends of LV Handcrafted. Crafty fun with Friends of LV Handcrafted. I don't know. It probably is. It probably has popped into the chat at least once while you've been hanging out. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. And the rest of these are good. But that's where, oh, probably should give a sentiment piece there, sentiment piece here. We need one of these. Oops. And one of these. And then we're back to the pieces we're supposed to have. And these can all be saved for later. Oops. I kind of like this. I'm kind of excited to make a slim line because I haven't made one in quite a while. I think the last time I made one was for craft roulette because it was a requirement? No, it wasn't. I have a cool slimline die that makes them look like a ticket basically. It cuts like, the corners out so that you have sort of the tickety edge stuff. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so those are there. And let's see what size this is. This is four. I think this is four. I think let's try cutting this to. I bet four is the right amount here. But if it's not, we can find out quickly. Whoops. A little less than that. Maybe let's say 3 and 7/8. Do you like it better? Yeah, that looks about the right size. Okay, so it was 3 and 7/8, which probably means it's like not really 3 and 7/8. It's probably 3 and 3/4. Because the one nice thing about this kit was that all the measurements were basically 1/4 inches, so there wasn't a lot of figuring things out. Let's grab our stamp wheel. And at some point soon, I'll actually have 1,000 subscribers and be able to redirect people, but I can't do that tonight. So I will instead just encourage you to check out both Dee's channel and Shanna Makes It is usually live sometime after that. Yep, Shanna's going to be live at 8:30. And let me see. Oh, thank you, Mommy Guide. I appreciate you dropping the link. That is the link. Since she is going to be live like right now, I am going to call this, but I will post pictures of this last card. Um, Thanks everybody for dropping by. I will see both of you, or I should see, I'll see all of you, hopefully, in some more chats tonight as I finish my cards and we encourage others. It's always great to see people share. It is one of my favorite things when folks, share the stuff that they're into. Anyway, thanks much, and I'll catch you later on, either this week or next Sunday. Bye bye.